Hey there, thank you for joining me for today's practice. Today is just a little sequence just to unwind the upper body, can be done anytime. We're going to start standing, and if you do have a block, maybe just have it nearby. You might want to use it. We won't be really using it very much, but for a couple of the poses you might find it useful. And when you're ready, let's make a start. Standing with the feet hip distance apart. This knees slightly bent, a little micro bend through the knees. And let's bring the palms of the hands together in front of the chest. Closing down the eyes when you're ready. A sense of gathering all of yourself to this moment. Letting go of anything that's just been happening or anything that you've got coming up. Grounding the weight down through the feet, tailbone dropping down, length through the entire spinal column, all the way up and out through the crown of the head. Just allowing the attention to settle on the breathing, breathing in and out through the nose. And then gently opening up the eyes, release the arms down by your side. Bending through the knees, take the arms out, inhaling. As you exhale, crossing the arms down the front of the body and then bending again. Inhale, reach the arms up and then exhale, crossing the arms as you bend. And then once again, inhale, reach it up and then exhale to bend. And we'll just reverse, so we'll go bend, crossing the arms, take the arms up and crossing the arms. Take an inhale as you come up and then exhale as you come down. Inhale, circling the arms up and then exhaling. Inhale, reach it up. We'll just go one more time. Exhale as you're coming into your bend and then inhale, you're reaching the arms up and staying standing. I'm just going to move to the top of the mat. You come with me if you're not already there. Feet can stay hip distance apart here. Press down through the feet, reach the arms up, palms of hands come together, and then exhale, forward fold. Feeling free to bend the knees as much as you need to here. Just coming into your Uttanasana. Back of the neck relax. And then taking an inhale, you can come onto your fingertips or bring the hands to the shins. Start to lengthen out through the spine. Tips the shoulders draw away from the ears. And then exhale to fold. Bend the knees. And then inhale to extend. And then exhale to bend. Let the head relax. Inhale to extend. And then exhale to soften. And then inhale to extend. And let's bend into this right knee. This is somewhere where you might want to use your block. You'll pop your hand down if you need a little bit more height here. Reaching that left arm up. Pressing down through the outside edge of that left foot. Take an inhale and then exhale. Bring that left hand down, we'll swap it around. So if you've got your block, maybe placing the block underneath the left hand, bending into that right knee, reach that right arm up. Try to press down through the outside edge of that right foot. Taking one more inhale, reach it up, and then exhale, bend through both knees for a moment, and then we're going to straighten to that left leg once again. Bring that block over to the right. Take that left arm back up once again, and this time let's wrap this left arm behind the back. You're going to reach for the inside of that right thigh, turning the shoulders to the left. And then extend that left arm back up to the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, bring it down, bend into that left knee, swapping it around. Take that right arm up towards the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, wrapping that right arm behind the back. And reach that right arm back up. Take one more inhale. And then exhale, bringing it down. Just popping the block off to the side if you're using a block. Soften through the knees. Plant the hands down. Step back into your down facing dog for a moment. Then open the knees out wide. Big toes together. Sit back towards the heels. Popping the elbows down and palms, hands together. Walk your elbows forward and then sitting the hips back down. Forehead resting down to the mat if you can, and bringing those hands back behind the head. Allowing the hips to be heavy. Sense of those elbows reaching forward as the sitting bones reach back. And then release the arms back down. Come up onto your forearms. So forearms down, hands and elbows shoulder distance apart, spread through the fingers, and bring the knees and the feet hip distance apart. And let's bring the knees and feet together, Tuck the toes under, and we're going to lift up into our dolphin here. So press down through the inner edges of the hands, and then lift the hips up, lift the heels up, draw the belly button in. Try not to let those elbows slide out to the side. Only 3 full breaths here. Crown of the head is off the mat. And then coming back down onto the knees. Make your way up into your tabletop. Separate the knees and the feet hip distance apart again. And then walk your hands away, coming into your happy puppy here. Either your chin could be down or your forehead down. Armpits wrapping in to face one another. Tops of the feet and the shins stay down. So with each exhale, allowing the chest to relax a little bit further down towards the mat. So one more breath. And then shift the weight slightly forward into your hands. Come down onto your belly. Feet stay hip distance apart. And then we're going to take our elbows forward again. So if you need to keep them slightly separated, do. But if you can, we're trying to bring the elbows as close together as we can. Seal the inner edges of the arms and the hands together. And then start to relax the head forward.
Trying to soften on the exhale. So let go of any unnecessary effort here. It's really targeting the outer shoulder into that upper arm. Just one more full breath. And then gently lift the head up, release those arms down, and gently bring those hands back. Fingertips in line with the rib cage, draw those elbows in. Starting to come up into your Cobra. You could stay in your baby Cobra, but if you feel comfortable to come up a little bit higher, do. Squeeze those elbows in. Shoulders away from the ears. If you feel comfortable to just straighten those arms for a moment. And then shift the weight back towards the heels. And let's come forward into a Japanese seated position. And if you've got your block here, you might like to sit up on your block just to make it really nice and comfortable. Tops of the feet down, toes pointing back. Just take a couple of moments here. Cup that left hand to the right, closing down the eyes. Just following the breathing in and out through the nose. And then opening up the eyes. Interlace the hands behind the back. Just starting by drawing the tips of the shoulders back without letting that rib cage pop forward too much. If you've got the space, you might be able to start to straighten those arms a little bit, reaching the hands back. Lift the sternum up for a moment. Take an inhale. Eyes can lift up. Keep the arms where they are. Just bring the torso back upright. And then let's bring both hands over to the right hand side. And we're going to try to squeeze that right elbow in towards the side of the body. Let those lower ribs drop back in. Crown of the head reaches up. Inhale. And then exhale to drop that right ear down to the right shoulder. And maybe closing down the eyes. And then inhale, come back up to center, releasing those arms. Take the hands forward and just take a circle out with the fingers. So we're just twirling out, trying to articulate through each finger. So little finger, fourth finger, middle finger, index finger, thumb. Just a few more like that. And feeling into the wrists as well. And then let's reverse or go the other way. Easy breathing. And then once again, let's take those hands back, interlace the fingers behind the back. If you remember which way you did it before, try to swap it around. So you might usually have a dominant side, so it might be the right thumb that's on top. So you can try to get the left thumb on top when you interlace the fingers. And then starting to draw those tips of the shoulders back, and then maybe starting to straighten those arms if that's available. And once again, we'll just reach back with the hands, lift the sternum, lift the eyes, and then come back upright with the torso. Keep the arms as they are. Just take those hands over to the left-hand side. Draw that left elbow back in towards the midline of the body. Taking an inhale. As you exhale, drop that left ear down to the left shoulder. And just drawing the tip of that right shoulder away from the right ear. And then inhale, bringing the head back up to center, releasing those arms, taking those hands forward once again. And let's take that twirl through the fingers. Trying to articulate through each finger, circling out through the wrists and changing the direction. And then finishing that off, coming off your block if you were on your block. And then let's sit over to one side and extend the legs out long in front of you. Give the legs a little bit of a shake out here. And then let's cross the right leg over the left. Left hand onto your left side, just by the hip, trying to take hold of the inside of the ball of the right foot. We're going to press that right foot into the hand and then start to draw that right shoulder back. So we're really we're curving the upper body. Keep the breathing open. Gently hugging the navel in. Keep actively pressing into that right hand, drawing that right shoulder back. And then let's release. And we'll go to the other side. And crossing that left foot over. Right hand by your side. Holding the inside of that left ball of the foot. Starting to press into that left hand. At the same time pulling back with that left shoulder. And then inhale to release. And releasing that left leg out. Bending the knees. You can come down onto your back. Just take a few moments here. Feet flat onto the mat. Letting the shoulders relax down. Closing down the eyes. And when you're ready, just extending one leg and extending the other leg. Feet falling away from one another. Just with each exhale, allowing the body to get a little bit heavier and softer. And allowing yourself to come to complete rest for the next few minutes. Feel free to stay here for as long as you'd like to. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'll see you next time. Namaste.